In this Where Wins Me video, I bring you 10 plus more tips and tricks nobody is telling you. These include a few gameplay mechanics, secret combat mechanics, secrets on the map, and much more. Let's get into it. How's it going, guys? My name is DPJ, and if you do enjoy the video, leaving a like really helps out. And if you like what you see and want to see more, be sure to subscribe. Okay, so within this video we check out a few map secrets, gameplay limits, different farm methods, and so much more. So let's just get straight into it. Okay, so first things first, the daily limit on farmable items. So I myself have made some pretty decent farming videos in regards to upgrade materials, gold, consumables, and so much more. Now I make these videos for people to use. I obviously test them out myself, but do not really hit the cap. That's not something I actually use these for. And that is the point of this first point. It is indeed that cap. So if you did not know, there is indeed a limit to how much loot you can indeed farm on the daily. Now this game will not allow you to farm certain things over and over and over. You have a daily limit, and this includes things like random gear drops, gold, money bags. In my testing, poison dust, but also jade, and also many other upgrading materials. So firstly, I built this tower right here at this outpost, which allowed me to farm 4 enemies at this outpost literally every 10 seconds, meaning I could indeed test what those daily limits were. Now I will say my numbers won't be perfect, but it will be here or thereabouts. So on the daily, I was capped to, I believe, 12 gear pieces and around 14 to 1500 mark on that poison dust. I believe 4 or 5k in that gold. Around 500 of the crafted or upgraded material that these enemies do indeed drop. I also counted 10 oscillating jade, but I could be wrong there. And after this, guys, all the enemies were basically dropping nothing. So yes, no matter how good a farm is, no matter how great a farming video seems, there will be a limit on that daily loot you can indeed earn. So do keep that in mind. Okay, so moving on, and although I briefly mentioned this in a previous video, I feel it's important to state it again in this one. So if you are struggling to reach that 20k weekly cap on that jade fish, a perfect place to actually farm these and basically get thousands in minutes is by doing those Vendetta bounties. Last Sunday I was slipping behind due to having a busy week, meaning I was behind on the cap, also meaning I was behind on things locked behind this cap, so I couldn't buy certain things until reaching that 20k weekly cap. So I had to get some, and I had to get some fast, and I did so in doing those Vendetta bounties. I was able to reach that cap in about 15 minutes. So yeah, if you're ever in need of fast jade fish, do these people. Another thing I haven't noticed many people talking about is the fact that certain bosses you can indeed farm will drop you certain gear pieces. Now with literally every breakthrough level within this game, now you are going to be slotting your older gear into that arsenal, but then you will have to go out there and farm better gear to equip. A lot of the time you will indeed start off with those rare blues, but it's then the case of getting purple epics and above, and you can indeed farm for these or particular gear pieces from certain bosses. So as you play the campaign, the bosses you defeat will obviously open up for you to go back in and farm them using your energy and to get certain gear. So these campaign challenge bosses will indeed drop you particular gear pieces. If you actually look, some of these drop other gear, while others drop particular gear, like the God of Avarice or the Tian Ying. These will both drop you greaves, while other bosses will drop you other particular things and set piece items too. So it's definitely worth looking here if there's a particular gear piece you're looking out for. Now a few tips for those inner ways and leveling these. Now these are some of the most important things you can use in this game to not only make you powerful but also raise that martial mastery. So when it comes to upgrading these, it's quite a trek in regards to the grind to do so. But there are a few things you can indeed do to make life a little easier on yourself and in fact level them up. So clicking on the inner way you are indeed using, then clicking on the upgrade button, you here, which I don't need to tell you, will be directed to where you can indeed get the materials or notes from. But if you click on the tips exchange tab, This tab allows you to in fact purchase chests, which will indeed help in getting the material or notes that you do indeed need to level up your inner ways. But how do you get the currency? Well, you get it by basically recycling notes and materials used in leveling other inner notes that you are not going to use. So if you click on the obtain books tokens, it brings up a list of the tips and notes in which you do indeed have. Here guys, you can recycle what you're never planning on using to get this vintage bookplate currency, and once you have this, you can basically then gamble it, purchasing more of these chests to open them and hopefully get what you need in regards to those materials to upgrade the inner ways you are indeed using. Another great tip, now if you have, let's say, enough materials to upgrade an inner way which you don't plan on using, you can indeed use the conversion tab to convert that upgraded inner way into another inner way that you are indeed using. Now these are limited to only 4 per season for free, but after that they ain't really that expensive. Also do keep in mind that with these conversions and this feature, you can only do it within the same rarity, so purple to purple, legendary to legendary. So yeah, keep that in mind. Now sticking with inner ways, you can get utterly tons of these chests via completing the All Paths challenges. So if you go into your develop tab, click on the improvement guide, at the bottom select All Path challenges, and within here guys there are tons and tons of challenges you can easily do which will reward you these chests. I myself have done loads but still have loads to do. But if you're not aware of these guys, you probably have some they can do quite quickly and get those inner way chests. But yes, as long as you're aware this is here, you are good to go. Now when it comes to farming, materials, resources, upgrade materials and so forth, doing it in solo mode, whether it's harvesting plants, taking out animals for their furs and meats, etc, etc, there's like a 24-hour cooldown before those animals, those plants, those trees will indeed respawn. But if you do this in online mode, it's only between like a 5-minute and 1-hour cooldown on some resources. So if needs be guys, farm it in solo mode and then switch to that online mode and farm further, making it more efficient on yourself. Okay, so did you guys know you can capture, steal and indeed sell those horses for the extra commerce coins? So any horse that you've indeed caught or stole, if you bring it to this NPC right here on the map, you can indeed select and sell them to him. Now I do think there's a limit, but hey, it's a good thing to know. Now sticking on the subject of horses, if you come to this point on the map here people, there's actually a guy here riding quite a high leveled purple rarity horse. Now it's the actual best one I've found so far. It has quite a few passive skills with it. I think its ratings are 60 plus. I think it's a max of 80 in this game, so it's very very high indeed. And it's a free horse people, you may as well come here. It looks pretty cool too, so get this thing and do what you gotta do. Okay, so let's move on. Now I've seen a lot of confusion in regards to the Guardian Palm Mystic skill. It's a mystic skill I've used from day one, and it's something I didn't realise people did not know about, and it's its special trait of jumping way higher into the sky, taking a step off a bird and then slamming down with an amazing animation and then basically doing a spike at the floor. And you can actually do this quite easy. Now it's a little bit harder on controller, a little more fiddly, but I actually play on my controller myself and I've got so used to it guys I can pull it off whenever I want. So how you do this is as follows. So with the Guardian Palm Mystic skill equipped, all you need to do guys is use your triple jump, so jump, jump and jump again. Then you want to press that mighty drop button on, for me on my controller it's my left thumbstick in. As soon as I go to slam, I just press my mystic skill Guardian Palm button, which for me is right trigger and I believe B on my Xbox controller. Upon doing this people, you'll pull out this amazing animation, step off a bird, like slow motion upside down, it looks very very cool, slam the ground and also get another nice AOE effect. But yes, that is how you do this guys on controller. It's so satisfying. Try it out and do what you gotta do. Also guys, if you are fans of the Touch of Death mystic skill, did you indeed know that it can actually cancel the skill literally right after striking an enemy by pressing that parry button? On controller this for me is B, I believe, but R1 will be on PlayStation. This allows you to instantly pull it off right again. So if you do this in close proximity to multiple enemies, you're able to use this on multiple enemies within a blink of an eye. So you basically go up behind them or you jump above them. You press your touch of death button. For me, it's my right trigger. You land, as soon as you do that first strike, you press that parry button, which again is RB or R1. It cancels the animation, meaning you can use it again on an enemy nearby. It's very cool. It's very satisfying in clearing out outposts. So yes, try it out, do what you gotta do. Okay, so another thing I haven't seen many people mention or even taken advantage of is indeed using the block button to indeed get used to parrying in this game. Now what I mean by this is, if you want to get used to parrying enemies, so you basically get better at the game, if you hold down your block button, which for me on controller is LB, which will be L1 on PlayStation controllers, you're actually blocking the enemy here. From this point, guys, you can actually use your parry button from this animation, from this stance, so you can just stand there blocking, and if you want to time and get used to parrying, you can use this. It actually means that you will not take mass amounts of damage as long as you do have endurance. So yeah, your stamina, as long as you have stamina, you can use this and get used to parrying. It's a great feature. I haven't seen barely anyone even talk about. Okay, so we will end the video with a couple of map secrets, a few small map secrets. So if you come to this point on the map, guys, within Kfang, you can actually use this toilet. Yes, it's a minor detail, but a bit of fun. Also guys, if you come to this point on the map right here, you can actually basically find out the details of the final closed beta testers. So if you do want to check these out, check out these players, they are forever in your game. And there we have it, guys. If you enjoyed the video, leaving a like really helps out. If you like what you see and want to see more, be sure to subscribe, and hopefully guys, I will see you on that next one.